Good morning. This is Pastor Rick, and I want to welcome you to the Sunday Forum on this Sunday, All Saints Sunday, November the 6th. And I'm pleased to have as my guest this morning, Julie Basile, who works here at Emmanuel in our area of care coordinator. We're pleased to have you join us on this Sunday.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
So Julie has come because you're starting a new group here. It's a group we've had in the past, but you're starting again. It's a grief group. So tell us about it.
Okay, so we will begin this group, as Pastor Rick said, on the 6th, which is this Sunday. I will be available to give some brief information on it. My goal is to have healing happen by sharing stories and by also bringing in some modalities like writing, like meditation, and prayer always. And I think it's important for the members of the grief group to tell me a little bit about what they're grieving about. It can be many, many things, right, Pastor Rick?
So when you say modalities, you're talking about different tools that we'll learn in the group to help all of us work through various kinds of grief. Is that right?
Correct.
Now, who can attend? Because when I think about a grief group, often it's the loss of a spouse, right? Or are there other types of grief that I might bring to this group as well?
Absolutely. There are many, many griefs. I have been thinking about this for quite a while. And after Hurricane Ian, I think there are many people in the community and in the church that are suffering with grief that might not be addressed or recognized. So that's one. Another one that I have experienced recently was my cat, my 16-year cat. And that was a process of grief where I was in a grief group that really benefited me, as everybody in the group had lost a pet. It could be a spouse, it could be a relocation to a new area. That's a loss. Sometimes we grieve where we came from.
I know too, my daughter-in-law has experienced that. She had a dog for 17 years, was very close to that dog, and went through grief that I know you understand. But I think sometimes, and women experience it, but often men, you lose a significant job, and it's hard to work through that. And so what I hear you saying is this grief group might be for all sorts of people going through all sorts of grieving can come to the group. So how often? When does it meet? I mean, all the nuts and bolts technically. Tell us how this will work, right?
Yes. So thank you for that question. Sunday in the chapel, we will discuss what's the best time for everyone. It might be a weekday at 1:30 for an hour. So we will go over what everybody needs. What time would they like to meet? And I'd like to do it twice a month, Pastor Rick.
Yeah.
I think that would be important.
So I think that's nice too. It's not every week, that's probably too much, but every other week. How long would the group last? Is it like an hour?
Each session, I would say 50 minutes.
And do I have to sign up or?
No, that's the thing about grief. You may not know that you need it that particular day. You may want to come to a Sunday forum, but you may feel like you need the grief group. So we'll always be meeting in the chapel or perhaps outside as it gets a little cooler too.
But it probably would help if I know in advance that I want to attend, I could give you a
Call me,
and say,
please.
Julie, I'd like to attend the grief group, right?
Yes.
Can I bring a friend?
You can bring anyone that you would like. They do not have to be a member of Emmanuel Lutheran Church. You can bring a friend, a neighbor that you know that is struggling just a little bit and might enjoy sitting and sharing. And there's so much power in sharing.
Yeah, that is one of the most powerful things about being with someone else in the group. And just to be clear, because we did this during COVID, this is a live group, right? This is not a Zoom call. This is a live grief group. And I think we're kind of going back to the way we did our groups before COVID. So finally, on Sunday, you'll briefly give an announcement in front of the Sunday Forum, but then you're going to take the group out and decide when you can meet. That will be wonderful. But what's your hopes for the group?
I hope for healing for everyone, and I hope to use new tools that we probably may have not used before. Writing, journaling, a little bit of meditation, a little bit of movement, because grief holds itself in the body. and I've learned this in school, that if you don't release in a way of movement and flow, it's going to be blocked, and that has a big effect on the effectiveness of healing, is movement. Yeah.
So once again, Julie, I'm glad you could be with us on the Sunday Forum. Come Sunday, Julie will make a brief announcement in the Sunday Forum, and then she'll be moving into the chapel to discuss times and places. But then Teresa will stay and discuss more about the importance of this ministry here at Emmanuel Lutheran Church. Again, Julie, thank you once
You're
again.
welcome. Thank
and
you.
for the group again, thank you for joining us on the Sunday Forum. Bye-bye now.